Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Genuinely Gigi. As you can see, I'm in a very different studio right now, and that's because for the first time ever, Genuinely Gigi is going to do an in-person, one-on-one exclusive interview with none other than Randall Emmett. He's going to be here because he's a good friend of mine. He trusts me, and he knows that we're just going to really show the world who the real Randall Emmett is. The world has heard so many rumors about Randall Emmett and Lala's breakup allegations, but we want to get a little insider on Randall and have him talk to you about his children and how he is as a father at home. He's a big girl dad and he loves one-on-one time with his kids. While Lala has been actively verbal in the press, Randall has stayed quiet, and for the first time, we're going to find out why.
You know her from Shaws of Sunset. You know she doesn't hold back.
Are you worried about that? I mean, because this day and age, everyone Googles someone before they date them, right? It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not.
This is Genuinely Gigi.
Hi, Randall.
Hello, Gigi.
I'm happy you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. I know it's not easy for you. I know that you were very apprehensive about even coming here, even though we're good friends and you trust me and I've had your back, publicly, privately, we talk, you vent, you're going through a lot.
Yeah.
And everyone has only had one side of it, unfortunately. And you have kids involved, which just makes everything so messy. So I really respect as a father, as a man, that you have stood back and you haven't said one negative thing publicly. Because I know you, and I would say you're just a man, but why? Why haven't you?
Well, first, she's the mother of my child.
Right.
So, no matter what happens in life, I will never disparage or talk ill about her because she's Ocean's mom. And
right.
So, I have two other kids and I co-parent with Amber, and in that world, I've never said one negative thing,
right.
and Amber, vice versa. I think it's just, I just think that at the end of the day, all the smoke or whatever this may be, I'm not that comfortable in this whole thing. But the truth is, I just have to always look at the big picture, which is she's the mother of Ocean, and I'm always going to have to, keep that. I just can't talk badly about the mother of my child.
No.
I just can't do it. No matter what is said about me or what she says or,
So how does it feel? Because honestly, it's almost like every 2-3 days, there is something new that, we are publicly hearing that she is saying about you. Does it hurt? How does it feel personally inside?
Well, I mean, it doesn't feel good. It's, I'm working, to provide for my family and my children every day and spending time with my kids like I always have. And at the end of the day, I, just try to keep my head up. I just hope that eventually that stuff subsides and people move on to something else. I honestly, it's just, there's always two sides to every story,
right.
But I'm just not going to ever take that to the public because, I just can't get involved in all that. It's just never going to be who I am. I like making films in my career and I love my children. And at the end of the day, I'm a single dad now. I've made mistakes. She's made mistakes, but I'm never going to bring that to light because it's just not the right. For me, I just don't feel it's appropriate. I can't tell her what to do. She's a strong woman, and I just hope that in time, that kind of all mellows out.
I mean, I feel like you are in a different category of celebrity fame in the Hollywood world than, for instance, someone like Lala or myself, right? We're reality stars. I always consider myself like a D-lister. I do.
If you're D,
I'm a D-lister.
Then I'm like H minus.
No, you're not. No, really. You have a different status in this industry than someone like Lala does. And I feel like naturally being in this reality TV world that I've been in for 11, 12 years now, we sort of get attracted to drama a little bit. And we sometimes, whether we're in the press for good or bad stuff, we don't care sometimes.
Right.
Unless we have little morals within ourselves. Some of us do, some of us don't.
Right.
Do you think that this is going to affect you in your category of industry, having all these bad things out there? Because I've seen you and I talk, and I've heard it's hard on you and you're worried. This is your career. This is your life. This is how you provide for your family. Can this affect you?
Well, I mean, I think it's affected me emotionally. I think that, it's hard, when your mother sends you an article or your,
Wow.
Or your friend sends you an article. It's but I'm probably more upset at the end of the day that my 12-year-old has access to stuff on the internet. I think that's probably the part that's the worst part for me. But at the end of the day, I've been in this industry for a long time. People know who I am.
Right.
My friends and my family know who I am. And, we had a relationship and we broke up, and I made mistakes and she made mistakes. But at the end of the day, like, I don't understand. I don't think maybe I'm just too old to understand why, why people, why it's out there like that it's 5 months later, but at the end of the day,
it's literally 5 months later.
It's been a minute, but
I'm still reading things every week. There's something. And every time I send it to you, I'm like, Lord Jesus, how do you feel? Are you okay, Randall? I just read this. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think that for me, I really keep my head down, and I'm trying to focus on for me what's important right now, which is, being a dad to my three girls, and to work and to being, to be focused on my work.
Speaking of being a dad, Ocean just turned 1.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big number. 1 is a big one.
It was, especially when you have 2 other girls and they're 12 and 8 and you haven't seen one in 8 years. So it's been, or 7 years. It's been a minute. So 1 was a big deal. It was
a big deal.
It was a flashback, but it was great. We went, we had a little party at the house, and, I mean, Ocean's 1, so it's not like I can, and my 2 daughters, London and Riley, were there, and their mother, Amber, came by, bring Ocean presents, and then we went, and then this weekend, the girls are going to take her to Disneyland, so we're all going to Disneyland.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Do you and Lala, are you guys at the place yet where you go to each other's birthdays for the daughter, or not there yet?
I mean, we're not at that place.
Not yet.
But,
not yet. Let's say
yet.
yet.
By the way,
Ocean's sake.
I could be at that place.
You can
but I have to let Lala make that call. That I'm optimistic that one day that we will be at that place, and that she will be open to that. But I respect however she wants this to be. I'm going to be respectful of that, and so she did her own thing, and
has it been difficult in your household, because Lala is like your first really serious relationship after your marriage, and you have other kids, so she played a big role in your household, right? Like I'm sure your kids looked up to her. Is that hard? I really don't want to touch on. Yeah, I just don't want to touch on. Okay, we won't talk that.
No, only because they're my children. I
don't want you to talk about something that's not sensitive about. Okay, no problem.
But
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah. No problemo. No problemo.
Okay.
You did say that you hope that one day soon your name won't really be all over the press and, the news in a negative light. And
how about in any light?
In good light.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd be happy just, going back to being, Randall the filmmaker and only my community. No, I don't know if that I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's a period where you're an F-list celebrity or H, and then it takes 12 months and then you drop off.
Well,
I don't know how it works, but I'm hoping that in my category of, whatever, H celebrity, I'm hoping
you're stuck on the H, aren't you?
I think H is I don't think there's even a Z, because Z would be like, oh, it's a bookend. No, I feel like if that's where I'm at, if that's where somebody says I'm at, I would hope that there's like a time expiration. I hope that I expire like in 12 months or something, because it's 4 months, 5 months. I thought by now I would have expired. But yeah, so I don't know. So it was different. You know, I wasn't prepared for any of that stuff. You know, I got in a relationship, and she was new on the show, and she, you know, definitely didn't have any celebrity yet.
How long after she was on the show was this?
Whoa, I met her like right after the first episode aired, and her first episode, and I think we got together like probably after the season, somewhere around there, and I don't remember the timeline, but we met, but then we didn't, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it on TV with the rest of the world. Obviously, I only know that part.
Yeah.
The same as the rest of the world was the secret boyfriend that bought the Range Rover, which is, it's lame. I'm too old for that type of bullshit. You're too old for that type of bullshit. You and I get along so well because we have a like-mindedness, and like just people just need to chill the fuck out, mind their own business, kind of stay in their own lane a little bit. But that's not what this industry is about. This industry sort of dives in, and it dives deep, and it fucking annihilates anything in its path that tries to stop it.
Well, I agree. And I don't think I knew what I was signing up for, meaning I was signing up for a relationship, and I, you know, very much in love with her, and loved her, and will always love her. And I think that, that world I wasn't prepared for. You know, I had no idea. I thought you could just date somebody in that world and they leave you alone, and that person is the star. And then, you know, time goes on, and people want to know, and then you start realizing, and then you're already so in the relationship, you're years in at that point. Yeah. But when I met her, you know, she was only on the first season. She didn't have obviously the big celebrity that she has today.
Yeah. And she was very different then too, as far as like, she wasn't sober.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back,
Katie's very strong.
What a strength. I'm a strong girl, but I would never diminish someone I chose to. I would never get married, first of all. Let's just put that out there. And if I did, I would never diminish the poor bastard. Okay. I would just fucking divorce him, which I did. I married a guy, and 7 weeks later, instead of talking shit, I signed a paper.
Let's take a quick minute to thank one of our newest sponsors, Pretty Boy Skincare. This is the skincare product that needs to be first on the list of things you buy for your guy, and the first skincare item you'll be stealing from him. So many times we try a new routine, cleanser, toner, serum, and on, and you may even really love that routine, but can any of us count on our boyfriends, husbands, or sons being consistent? No way. That's where Pretty Boy comes in. Pretty Boy is a one-step skincare routine developed for men, but always safe enough for a female's more complex skincare concerns. Our men lead healthy lifestyles, for the most part, but so many times they neglect the simple things, and skincare is definitely one. Pretty Boy uses the highest level dermatologist-preferred ingredients. They've taken out all the fluff from this formula. No caribou moss, meadow foam sea oil, or wormwood eye deflator. Just the stuff that dermatologists have proven to be effective. Say goodbye to dry skin, fine lines and wrinkles, dark spots, and all that razor irritation. Right now, go to yoprettyboy.com and check out how their products will improve the skin of the guys you love most. And while you're there, use the promo code GG15 for 15% off your order, and feel good knowing you've improved your man's life. Once again, that's yoprettyboy.com and promo code GG15 for 15% off. And while you're there, buy an extra bottle for yourself. We can't get caught stealing our man's skincare products, but we will want to.
It was cool for the world to watch her get sober. I went through sobriety. I did 120 days of rehab, 2005. Wow. And I know what happened with me. Like, over time, I started noticing the people I was hanging out with weren't serving me in a positive way. And I started, you know, getting rid of certain people and introducing different types of people into my lives that were helping me, growing me. Did you see a change like that? Shift, being so close? You guys were so close with each other.
No, I don't know. I just think that I just think that I wasn't prepared for what that world has in store. I mean, I can't believe, you know, how nasty people are to me or to my kids. They don't know me. They never met me. They know nothing about
Right.
my life or my childhood or my upbringing and things I've been through, the struggles that I've gone through as a young person and even today. And they just sit at a computer and fire like the nastiest, most evil stuff I've ever seen.
Right.
And, I have this new thing now when somebody's really mean, like to the point where I'm like, they're talking about my kids or just, my family or something. I now I have a new thing where I when I was younger, I used to maybe come back because Lala used to always, snap back and defend and she's good at that stuff. I'm not as witty. So now I say, like, they say something really mean. I say, "Hi, Judy. It's so nice to hear from you. I hope you're having a beautiful week. So thank you for the kind words." Like that. So that's what I've been doing now. It's actually like therapeutic. Like I don't get mad anymore. I don't get frustrated. No, I just like a girl the other day. I forgot, a woman the other day, or a guy the other day. I forgot. The thing was a guy and a woman. They both were so nasty. And I was like, David, you are the kind. Your words are so kind, so inspiring. Keep up the happy Monday. Thank you so much. Talk soon.
You kill him with kindness.
I go the complete other way. Now, sometimes they just come back over the top and are nastier, but a lot of times they're like, you're right. I shouldn't have been. I don't really know you. And, I just don't understand it. I don't understand when you don't know somebody. I mean, obviously they know what they read and I get it, but I mean, to be so angry and so mean and you don't even know the person. It's not like I ran into that person in a restaurant and told them move out of the way. Like it was like somebody from Iowa.
Yeah.
So that's been a transition, and that whole social media of it where
it's tough. I felt bad. I still do. I feel bad when I see these things coming out about you. I care about you a lot. And obviously I show that in a very different, hi, Judy, hope you have a great day. With me, it's get a fucking life. And I kill people with logic. I kill people with facts and logic. And I make people feel stupid about the thing that they were doing. And honestly, it's just been so much of it. And I don't care if I sound sexist because I'm a woman and I can say this. I do feel like there's a lot of more support behind women who are heartbroken than a man who is heartbroken.
Yeah.
There's been no room for you to say how you feel about this breakup. It's a loss for you, just like it is for her, but no one has heard that. I have. I'm lucky enough to be your friend and, hear what you're going through and be there for you. But the world hasn't heard anything. They just hear a woman scorn and with anger and rage, so I'm so happy you're here. I'm really happy you're here.
I can't, I'm just never going to really comment on any of that stuff. I just feel like what I'm going through and what I've gone through, what my mistakes and my accountability and that she also has a side to it, which I, again, we'll never go into, but I feel like at the end of the day, we have Ocean. We have this beautiful girl that, that is the most important thing. And when I think about all the chaos and the things that I don't really read stuff anymore at all. I don't. Right. It's just healthier for me. But when somebody sends me something or my mother will send me, I have to ask her not to, but she does, I just try to think like, we have this beautiful girl and she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. And that is worth all of the turmoil and the heartbreak and the pain that has gone on. I'm not saying that I'm happy about any of it. I'm not. I'm sad, but at the same time, I have Ocean. She has Ocean, and I think we both would say that we have her out of this, and how can we not be grateful?
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. So that's why I'll never. I just can't go down that road of my feelings, because my feelings are not, in my opinion, they're just not relevant on a public platform.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you're absolutely a great father, not just to Ocean, but all to all your children. Yeah. And I see you're always actively with them, playing with them and just doing fun things for them, which is great. I didn't have, my dad was a workaholic, which he built what he built, you know, which I'm grateful for. But I really see your posts and your videos, and I just wish I had more of that with my dad. You know, my dad. I met you because of my dad, like not because of Lala at poker.
No, your dad's awesome. And he came to a charity thing for
what was that
the
for?
LAPD.
Yeah, it was the LAPD because my dad was like besties with the chief. Yeah, my dad's designed all the precincts and, you know, police stations and everything.
No, we met there playing poker, and then your dad and I were on the final table. Or you know, it was fun.
And then you lost, and then you were giving my dad tips on how to beat
win. Yes,
the guy.
Yes, I was trying to coach, which me coaching poker is kind of like a joke. But anyway, no, that was a lot of fun. Wait,
you haven't taught Ocean pickleball yet?
I'm trying.
Are you?
She loves the ball. She holds the ball all day. This morning, the ball is her obsession, at least in my house. But now the balloon is the obsession. Like this morning, we were watching TV, and she was laying in bed with the balloon for an hour. Did not let go of the balloon. The balloon is more exciting than anything right now. But the ball is big. The pickleball is big. She likes to watch me play, or she watches her sisters play. But yeah, I mean, listen, Lala's athletic. I don't know, pretend I'm athletic. I mean,
if you can play pickleball, you have to have
I'm a good pickleball player,
some stamina in you, man. That's not an easy, you got to keep moving.
Yes, I'm a good pickleball player. I don't know if I'm good at any other sports, but I'm good at pickleball.
You're devoted.
I'm committed.
You send me links to random pickleball shit that I'm like, Randall, I am not interested.
Pickleball is
life.
It's pickleball's life.
Oh my God. Yeah. What is up with pickleball? What do you have in store with the pickleball world?
I'm in the middle of buying, closing a deal right now of buying an app, a big app in the pickleball community, which we want to grow and turn into, like, because we see the sport as a 2028 Olympic game, and that's what most people see it as. And we see it's the fastest growing sport in the United States. And
For my audience out there, that because I learned what pickleball was via Randall.
That don't play pickleball.
So for those who don't know what pickleball is, what is pickleball?
Pickleball is like a small version of tennis, except you play with like a fiberglass racket or a graphite racket with no strings. It's a wiffle ball, not a tennis ball.
Wiffle.
And it's like it's wiffle. It's light, and it's a very small court. So what makes it great, I think, why people in this country are addicted is because you could be any age with very little athletic ability, and you could still come out and play the first time. Tennis, because I grew up, a lot of people play tennis before they could play pickleball. Tennis, you have to be a certain level to play with somebody at your level. Like, I can't go out in tennis and play with a beginner because it would be torture, right? The ball would be going over the net, out the park. So whereas wiffle ball, it's so easy. The court is so small that I could go out there. Like, I go out there with my 12-year-old, even though she's been taking lessons.
So is it wiffle ball or pickleball?
It's called pickleball, but it's played with a wiffle ball.
Played with
I don't know why they don't call it wiffle
It's a tongue twister.
It should be called wiffle ball because pickleball is like, an odd thing. But anyway, so it's a very easy game, and people of every age play, and it's really becoming a big sport. And it's number one in America. It's growing at a rate that's unbelievable. We just had the PPA Tour, which is the Pickleball Pro Tour, bought by a billionaire named Tom Dundon. So he's dumping an incredible amount of money. So it's just, you're getting a lot of people into the game. Yeah. And you've got a lot of celebrities that play it. I'm putting on a big pro-am next year in LA and blah, blah. So yeah.
You blew it up on Vanderpump Rules, dude. I think that's the way a lot of people even learned about it was
I think that's the only reason I appeared.
Watching the cast play it. It was just hilarious. And you were just getting all involved.
Yeah.
Are you cool with any of them? Do you still play with pickleball? Do they ever come over and play pickleball with you, or are they only Lala side now?
No, I mean, listen, they're always gonna be Lala's.
Of course.
But Jax and I have been friends for forever, and we're still friends. I mean, we had lunch yesterday.
He's a sweetheart,
and he's always been a friend to me, and I always be a friend to him. And Tom Schwartz and I still talk, and I know that he's now going through a really tough time.
So you guys are cool. At least they bumped you out of the press and they came into the press ahead of you now, right? We should thank them for their supposed they're divorcing or they're separated.
I don't know.
Oh,
I read what you read. But but the thing is, I don't want to see anybody go through anything, and I my heart goes out to Tom and Katie.
I'm happy for Tom. Honest to God, he's such a sweet guy, and he deserves to be with someone who values him and not diminishes him. It's so fucked up. We watch it on camera. There's like, listen, I'm on a reality show. There's cameras in the room. You're mic'd up and you're diminishing your husband in front of you.
Mom, I'll be right there. Dinner's ready. Okay, I gotta go.
Listen,
I'm gonna just I want to say for the record, I am not honestly, and
it's
Katie's
not nice what she does.
Katie's very strong.
What a strength. I'm stronger, but I would never diminish someone I chose to. I would never get married, first of all. Let's just put that out there. And if I did, I would never diminish the poor bastard. Okay. I would just fucking divorce him, which I did. I married a guy, and 7 weeks later, instead of talking shit, I signed a paper. Okay.
Everybody, I think, does it in their own way.
My way is the right way, Randall.
I'm not arguing with anybody these days. All I'm going to say is this: I think anytime people break up, it's a sad and tough thing, and I'm sure they're both going through a really difficult time, honestly. And I know that I've known them both.
That's because you're a big teddy bear. You're a softie, and that's why it's sad for you. I'm like, yes. Do you want my divorce attorney?
Oh my God!
I got you, boy. I got you covered. I'll send my divorce attorney over.
Okay, yeah.
She was really good.
That's good.
Yeah, she was a great divorce attorney, by the way. Just in case of your future divorce.
Yeah.
Are you dating?
I'm dating, but I'm not dating like exclusively anybody. Like I know there's stuff out there that says I am, but whatever. I'm not. And right now I'm just trying to get my feet on the ground. I'm just trying to figure out life. I'm focused right now on making sure my work is providing for my family and doing that and being there for my kids. And I'm just dating and figuring things out.
Having a good time.
Yeah. I think I need time to really get my head back to that place. Like, this is, it's one thing to go through a breakup. It's another thing to go through a breakup the way that I've had to go through a breakup. Yeah. And I'm not looking for any sympathy of any sort. I wasn't prepared for this kind of thing. And so it's a little more intense than, sitting in your house and going through it. You're kind of, it's kind of everywhere and everybody is aware. So it's like,
everybody. Are you worried about that? I mean, because this day and age, everyone Googles someone before they date them, right? It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not. You get Googled.
Well, if that's the case, because
you were first a sugar daddy and now you're a cheater. So are you worried that you're going to meet? Let me say this:
if my dating life is going to be dictated by the internet,
would it be? Are you worried about that?
No, that I'm going to be alone the rest of my life.
No. Are you worried that you might get a certain type? You might attract a certain type. Honestly, because at first it was about you are a sugar daddy. And I think that everyone was like, ooh, Randall, let me try to get in on that. Sugar daddy, and then now this whole other perceptions being put out there. Do you think one will outweigh the other? Do you think people will forget about it all? Are you worried at all about
I don't think about that stuff, honestly. I don't. I really don't. I just try to do my thing every day. And I'm 50 years old. Like the internet it's a world that I don't understand. Unfortunately, I just don't. I don't understand how, people just can say anything they want and so for me, I feel like when I start dating seriously, that person will not hopefully care about
the bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that stuff, I think at the end of the day, it's so far out of my realm right now. Like right now, it's really just, I have 3 girls and they take up a lot of my, I mean, you have a child, so one child takes up and you're full time, full time. So, I'm sharing custody.
I don't have anywhere to drop off my kid.
Right. And so I have to balance a job and making sure that my girls also have my attention. So right now I think it's going to take me a minute
before you even date.
Yeah, because I have to kind of balance all this stuff. I have to balance okay, I'm home for this amount of hours, then I can go to the office and do that. Then I have to go on a set, and then I come home again, and I'm just trying to juggle. And I think that'll take me a while, and I think it's going to take me time to get through all this stuff and be okay. And I think once I get to that place, then maybe I'll be more concerned about that. Like what are the, what are people going to think? But I don't think I even think that way because I'm okay, having to balance my responsibilities, which are every day, full stop to the brim.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back,
you guys talk through an app right now though, because of the court stuff.
We do.
Do you, and I know you do wish it would get to a better place where you guys can communicate hopefully one day.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we talk about Ocean.
Genuinely Gigi is supported by Quip. The Quip electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths. It has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist's recommended 2-minute clean. The lightweight and sleek design has no bulky charger or wires to weigh you down. And it comes with a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter. If you go to getquip.com/Golnessa right now, you'll get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/Golnessa, spelled Golnesa. Beyond brushing, Quip has everything you need to build a complete oral care routine. They also have anti-cavity toothpaste and refillable sugar-free gum that comes with a dispenser. Starting from $5, you can have Quip deliver fresh floss, toothpaste, mouthwash, and gum refills with free shipping.
Good health starts with good habits, and Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to care for your mouth. And the reusable handles and range of sleek metal hues will fit with whatever bathroom aesthetic you're looking to create. That's one less thing to put on the shopping list every week. And the stylish electric brushes start at just $25. Quip, the good habits company. And I think it's a good idea for you and Lala to get to a good place, because I know that you're the mother of your other children. You guys are in a good place, and you guys co-parent well.
We always have
been.
We always have been.
You guys are cool. So that's a great place to be for a child, to see their parents be in that happy place. And then when you want to start dating, it's so much easier for the new person in your life, for the children involved, that everyone's just in a happy, trusting, place.
And again, at the end of the day, that really co-parenting is the only focus of mine.
Right.
You
guys talk through an app right now though, because of the court stuff.
We do.
Do you, and I know you do wish it would get to a better place where you guys can communicate hopefully one day.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, we talk about Ocean, that's it. And honestly, as long as we're talking about our daughter, I mean, that's the most important thing. The rest of it's not.
Right.
To me, the rest of it is what it is. I think to other people it's more exciting and important, but to me,
you've never responded to her like, "Oh my God, why'd you say this about me?"
No, I mean, I'm just, she's a great mother. Mm-hmm. I'm a great father, and Ocean's, in my opinion, very lucky to have two parents who love her,
right.
As much as we both do. And at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for. I can't ask for anything more than that. Of course, I'm hopeful in the future that, I hope that we'll get to a place of the co-parenting being maybe a little more fluid. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we're co-parenting and that's it. My focus is Ocean. My focus is not anything else right now. And London and Riley, obviously, that's been my focus until Ocean was born. So, I have 3 girls that I have to be responsible to, and the rest of like the mechanics of it, don't. They're not as, I don't let them kind of take over as much. Yeah. I think that I really, I just want to be the best co-parent I can be, and whatever version that is going to be right now,
that's it.
I support, right. And I'm going to let her, if she's not ready to do more than what we're doing, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like Ocean's loved very much by her, and she's loved very much by me. I mean, her sisters at home are infatuated. Riley carries Ocean around like it's her baby. Riley gets mad when Ocean doesn't want to let go of my shirt. Riley will say, "Dad, this isn't fair. I want Ocean." And I'm like, "You gotta let your dad have Ocean
like
for
her
a
little baby."
Yeah. And I'm like, Riley, you gotta let your dad have her for a minute. And she's like, Dad, and I was like trying to give her to her, and sometimes Ocean's like holding onto my shirt, and I was like, just let Daddy have her for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
2 minutes,
let me
please.
just have a few minutes. And but Riley loves being the big sister. She loves playing with her. And then London, who I really, really thought, because teenagers, like they, when a new baby comes, it's like you deal with kind of the weight of attention. And London I did deal with that in the beginning. London really struggled in the early months of like, well, this little baby, it just sleeps and eats. She didn't really, but now Ocean has such a big personality. Now London's like, I want to hold her. I want to play with her. So now it's like they came up with the idea to go to Disneyland. So they're like, we want to take Ocean to Disneyland. This will be so
That's amazing.
fun. Yeah.
The fact that you have that understanding says a lot about you, and you're not oblivious to having such a huge age difference within siblings, that you're recognizing that this one is an active teenager. She's going through this and this in life. And here's a 1-year-old who's just starting out in life.
Yeah.
And you got to separate and define your attention and how you distribute it.
That's the most complicated thing, because I'm stuck at all my kids are 3 years old still.
Yeah.
Like London and Riley. I still look at them as they're 3. So I have a big problem, which I've had to address now. Even my 12-year-old has sit downs with me now, where she said the other day, and then her mother, Amber, called me. And Amber goes, you need to take London to do different things than you take with Riley.
Right.
And I'm like, but she was like 5 the other day. How was she 12? So yeah, that's the hardest part for me. So now, after I had the time I had the emotional breakdown was when we were in the mall, and I brought her girlfriend with her, and they went to the mall, or it was the Grove, or it was the mall. I forgot where, the Westfield Mall, one of them. And we go there, and I walk in London and her girlfriend go, Dad, we're going to go to these couple stores and then we'll be back in like 30 minutes. And I go, what? Like, I've had them attached at my hip anywhere we go. And I'm like, what do you mean 30 minutes? And she's like, and then her girlfriend's like, no, we'll be back. We have our phones. You can call us. My mom does it all the time. And I was like, all right, you go to that store and I'm going to watch. And so she goes to the store, it's like 6 feet away. And I call Amber. I'm like, Amber, what is going on? And then she's like, no, this is, you have to let them have their independence. And I was like, I put the phone down and I was like bawling, like in the mall by myself. So
it's hard for fathers when they have daughters. It's a very different thing with boys than girls.
Yeah, boy, it's like,
very different.
He's going to football
toss my
practice.
kid around. I'm like, get up, figure it out, get it together.
I was like,
just walk off.
Yeah, if I had a son, it would be very, very different,
so
because I wouldn't be like, yo, let's go kick in the backyard and let's go play. But no, so that was a big change. So now I'm really good at it, because London will come to me and say, Dad, I want to go to the mall, but I really don't want Riley coming. I want it to just be you and I. So I'll say to Riley, are you cool with hanging with Ocean? And she's like, yeah. She's like, good to go.
Yeah.
So I take London, we go shopping. I help her get whatever she wants and the clothes she needs. And then we have like a great 2 hours and she comes home and she's happy. So I've learned.
You're learning
it took a long time. I was still taking her to do shit that 5-year-olds do.
But I give you a high five for that, because that's really good dad behavior. That's really cool. I commend you for that. And people don't realize that about you because they don't know anything about you, but you love kids. You love kids, and you're just a great dad. You're very hands-on, and that's awesome. And I hope that all that negative shit goes out of the way soon, because your kids are getting older, and
that's
the internet
only part.
gets bigger and bigger and more accessible to kids. So I hope that they don't have to see much more. And I hope that all ends. What would you, if you had to say one last thing that was maybe your takeaway from, and it doesn't have to be just from Lala's situation, but just in the last, 10 years, what have you learned? What have you come across and changed about yourself in general?
Wow. I think I'm more patient. I didn't have a lot of patience as a younger person. I have a lot of energy naturally, but I think at 50, I kind of am more tolerant of things. I think that, if you asked me 15 years ago and this was happening, maybe I would have opened my mouth and not thought first.
Retaliated?
Maybe, probably. I probably would have been like, well, I have something to say.
Right.
Today, I think about Ocean, I think about London, I think about Riley, when it comes to speaking publicly. Everybody makes mistakes, and nobody's perfect. No. If we had to take a magnifying glass to everybody's life, everybody has faults and makes, I at the end of the day, I'm moving forward and, again, always being a dad that I've been, but I think I'm more tolerant today, and I think that I'm more patient. And, you know, in being
more understanding.
More understanding.
You are more understanding.
Yeah, and I think that life, if you have your health, you know, you're healthy. You know, there's a lot of people that don't have that, and we forget that the little things in life, like health, and children, and your children's health, and your family's health. I mean, family's health. I have friends. I have a friend specifically who's got a child that's very sick. Yeah. And I mean, the pain and the sadness that he has to face daily, it puts, like, when I see him, it puts it in perspective, because I'm like, you know, pray for him, for his child. And so, you know, we're given a blessing, and, you know, unfortunately, you know, nobody's perfect. And I think that sometimes we think everybody should be perfect, and we have to be forgiving, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because none of us are perfect, and we all fuck up,
and we all have, and we all have made mistakes. Not just you know, not everybody owns all their mistakes, but
that's the thing right there. That's the issue, is that everyone's a judge, but not everyone can take accountability for their own. And that's the internet trolls and all that bullshit that we deal with in this modern day society. It's just people who just go on and type some shit up, and it just goes viral, and all of a sudden it's something that never even existed. So it's just, stay woke, people.
I don't know how you do it. I know that you do it on your show every day, and I had a very small taste of it. And it was a large enough taste for me to, you know, understand that it's a lot. Like, you've been on that show for how many years?
Mine? Shaw's is, we just... A couple days ago, it was 10 years from the first episode airing. Okay. So it's been about 11 years.
I mean, so I can't imagine the 11 years of the up and down. And by the way, it seems like, and if I was to guess, when you started 11 years ago, the social media press wasn't like it is today.
No, it wasn't. It was so different back then.
Right. So today,
it's very competitive. It's just weird today. There's no respect, I think. And that's why I understand, like, Denzel Washington always says, I'm not going to get on Instagram, because the more exclusive you are, the more people want you, the more the demand is. But literally, it's shifting. It's more available you are, the more people want of you. Look at Kim Kardashian. She posts like 20 times a day.
She what?
She posts
she
like
does?
20 times a day. She posts so much. So there's some.
I
don't understand it. I'm 40. I don't get it.
I don't know if I follow her. I don't remember. But
you don't follow Kim Kardashian?
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, you and I can't be friends anymore. Kim is life.
No, I
Kim was life when she was caught fucking Ray J. Not necessarily caught, but, like, you know.
Hold on.
Chris produced a, we know how that happens.
Hold on. Wait. But she posts that much?
She does. She posts a lot. It's turning into, I think that's just what social media is.
I don't follow Kim Kardashian, but I follow Kourtney.
Oh, she's the only Kardashian I do not follow.
See, that shows you. That shows you how out of touch I am.
Are you following her because of who she's seeing now? That's why.
No, I think I followed her because I knew Scott, you know, back in the day, and like I don't even know. Yeah,
she was always the least interesting to watch. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God,
I'm kidding. No, I love her.
But what an amazing empire they've built. I mean, that's. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, you get this new deal at Hulu, which I'm not even a big Kardashian.
I get chills every time I think about it.
By the way, that trailer they put out was epic.
I died.
And I don't even watch the Kardashians. Like,
bullshit. You don't watch the Kardashians. Everybody watches the Kardashians. Everybody watches. How did you even know who Scott Disick was if you didn't watch the Kardashians?
I went to Cabo with him, Lala.
Oh, shut up, Randall Emmett.
I did. I went to Cabo with him, Lala, and Sophia Richie.
That's how you met him the first time?
No. I knew him through, like, Alec Monopoly, like other friends. No, other Okay, I'm good. I quit.
Thank you, Randall. Thank you for being here. Is there anything else that you would want out there? Just you want to say a last piece? Is there anything you want people to look forward to? Is there anything you want to?
No, I mean, just that, you know, I directed a movie that I have coming out in the fall with Robert De Niro, John Malkovich, and Jack Houston, and it'll come out in September. But
wait, stop! Yeah. You gotta say that on very slow because you just named gods. You just named some gods right now. So can you rename the people that are in this upcoming film?
Robert De Niro, John Malkovich, Jack Houston, and Quavo.
Oh my
from
God.
the Migos.
And when is it coming out?
September.
What's it called?
Wash Me in the River.
All right. Everyone's going to have to look out for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Genuinely Gigi. Download new episodes every week. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And be sure to leave us a rating and review. And while you're at it, check out some of the other great shows available on Straw Hut Media.